Hello, my dear audience. I love architecture, but I also love movies, and Steve McQueen is one of my all-time favorite actors. So in this episode, we're gonna take a look at his amazing modernist house. During his lifetime, Steve McQueen owned several different properties, including a Spanish Revival mansion in Hollywood. But especially his Palm Springs vacation home has a strong architectural value. Therefore, in this video, we focus solely on this design. Just south of the city of Palm Springs is a street that climbs up the mountain, called South Ridge. At the end of the street, at the highest point, is the famous Bob Hope residence, designed by John Lautner and captured in a previous episode on this channel. South Ridge is a gated community, making it the perfect neighborhood for rich people who wanted some privacy. The entry gate is at the north side, at the lowest point of the street. The first home behind the entry gate is the Elrod House, also designed by John Lautner and again captured in a previous video on this YouTube channel. The McQueen House is adjacent to the Elrod residence, and both designs are placed with very limited space between them, almost touching each other. McQueen's property was designed in 1964 by Hugh Kaptur, a Palm Springs-based architect who is still alive today and who also designed a vacation home for William Holden, located further up on the same road. Also a great design, but it might be the subject for another video. Steve McQueen was not the first owner, and it was Thomas Griffin who commissioned the house, but he already sold it before it was completed, and it was music producer Edwin Morris who was the first person who lived in the home. Steve McQueen bought the house in 1969 after he had sold his previous smaller home also in Palm Springs. He would live in the house till 1979, 1 year before he passed away. Let's now take a look at the floor plan. The house has 2 stories, and this is the first floor level. A large part belongs to the carport, so we zoom in and take a close look at the layout of the main house. The design is a prime example of desert modernism and strongly inspired by the work of Richard Neutra, with the swimming pool as a central part of the home. A cantilevering roof structure that provides cooling by creating shade and shadow, and sliding windows from where you can step outside from every part of the living space. The rooms are placed in arms. This brings every room in direct contact with the landscape. From the street we gonna walk towards the front door. Because of the decline of the hillside, the majority of the house is placed below street level, and to get access you need to descend over stairs. The wooden front door is 2 stories high, and it has a feeling of graciousness, like stepping through the gate of a castle. To understand the elevations of the house, I made a cross-section drawing. The second floor is partly below street level, while the first floor is completely sunken below the street. Therefore there are no windows in the south side. This makes the house completely enclosed from the street, which creates a strong sense of privacy, while there are many windows at the north side. This opens the house towards the valley of Palm Springs. The front door is placed higher than the first floor, halfway the staircase that connects the 2 floors. I think the majestic front door with a transparent staircase is the most beautiful part of the house, with a wooden handguard carved like braidwood and floating steps that are anchored by steel rods. At the end of the stairs is a mezzanine. The hallway is 2 stories high, while the living room, which is in the same space, is only 1 story high. From the hallway we walk through the living room. The wooden paneling, purple striped carpet and brown velvet couches breathe the spirit of the 1970s, including a Frank Stella style painting above the fireplace. The interior was designed by the neighbor, Arthur Elrod, the commissioner of the Elrod House, who designed many modernist interiors for celebrities in Palm Springs. Because the hillside is further descending, the far end of the living room is free of the ground and resting on steel columns, making maximum use of the available building ground and providing beautiful views over the valley in 3 different directions, with 3 sliding windows that can open towards the landscape. Next to the fireplace is a door that leads to the kitchen. Through a sliding window, we step on a balcony. The steel construction beams that support the higher floor level are clearly visible and they become part of the design. They protrude beyond the edge of the house, pointing in the landscape. These so-called spider legs again reveal the influence by Richard Neutra. Over the balcony, we walk under the porch, around the living room, and we go towards the swimming pool. From the pool area, you have an amazing panoramic view over the desert of Palm Springs. Through another sliding door, we return in the hallway. Here is the door that leads to an office space. Let's now take a look at the second floor level. Upstairs there are 3 major bedrooms and there is a large L-shaped balcony. This bedroom is the only space from where you can see the street through the windows. And notice that the bedroom is at the same height as the street. This was Steve McQueen's own bedroom. His favorite color was brown, explaining the color of the carpet and the wallpaper, which is still like it was almost 50 years ago. Behind the bedroom was a dressing room with mirrors and washing tables, a walk-in closet and a bathroom. From the bathroom is a sliding window from where you can step on the balcony. Over the balcony we walk back towards the staircase. While walking over the balcony you can have a good look at the construction. The roof is made of concrete slabs resting on steel columns and walls made of glass and wood, while the walls at the street side are made of bricks. The entrance of the third bedroom is outside. This is because it is meant to be a guest house, so guests can walk in and out without interfering with the rest of the house. The guest room is placed directly above the kitchen. It has its own kitchen, dining and sitting area, which makes it suitable for hosting parties and meetings. The entire house is still in a beautiful vintage condition. This is thanks to the contribution of Mark Hadawi, an excellent restorer who has renovated many modernist houses and who lives in the Harpel House, one of the best preserved designs by John Lautner. We return towards the first floor level and we're gonna look in the family room that was used for watching television. In this room, this iconic photo was taken right here but on a different couch. The family room has a liquor cabinet with a bar and mirrors. Large sliding windows give access to the swimming pool. This small bathroom is connected to the garden and is used for undressing and showering before you jump in the pool. From the back door of the bathroom, we leave the house. From the back of the garden is a covered pathway that leads to the carport. The carport has place for 3 cars, and although this might seem large for the most of us, it was way too small for Steve McQueen, who was known for his enormous collection of sports cars. The covered pathway was also used to store his large collection of motorcycles. So I guess that for McQueen, the carport and the pathway were the most important parts of the house. Made of steel beams with a roof of corrugated steel, it provides protection against the burning sun while walking from the house to your car. It was also a place where people could socializing while sitting or walking in the shade, making it an interesting combination between inside and outside. Covered pathways are also a trademark by Richard Neutra, revealing yet another influence of Neutra on Hugh Kaptur's design. The hillside was excavated from west to east to create a sloping driveway that connects the carport with the street. From here we climb up the driveway and we leave the property. The McQueen residence is a typical example of the many Neutra-inspired Desert Modernist homes that exist in Palm Springs and in Hollywood. However, it is the pristine condition that makes it a time capsule, showing you what it was like being a movie star and having a luxurious life in the 1960s and 70s.